This one is for my wrestling fans. Are you ready? No, 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 no. I said, Philly, are you ready? So, for the thousands or the one person in attendance and the thousands watching across the world, and for those bum ass cowboy and whiner San Francisco whiners, let's get ready to go! Welcome everybody back to another special edition of MoneyPot Podcast. The day is here. Let's go. We've been waiting and hearing the chirping, the talking. All that shit is over. It is a wrap. Today is the day. Today is Super Bowl 57. It is at 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5.5 hours away to the kickoff. And then, probably 9 hours away until immortality. Another run. Let's get us a goddamn ring. This is MoneyPot Podcast. I am your host. I am your CEO. I am the president. I am him. They call me Moss Money. And today we will be talking about a lot of different bets. Now, I already know you probably got a lot of bets in. Like 1, 2, 3. What's the Asian guy who sings 1, 2, 3, or 4? I got probably like 10, 15 bets in. So gotta manage your bankroll, or you can just throw those shit all out the way and just put it all down if you're feeling like it. This is the biggest betting day of the year. 13 billion with the B. 13 billion, or I even think more. Maybe I even break the record. $16 billion will be waged on this day. Uncle Sam is like this, licking his chops for all this tax income. But hey, guess what? We don't care. We're in our bag today. We're here not only to celebrate and get back to Broad Street. So I hope you guys are ready. You guys see I got the lineup nice right here. So I hope you guys are ready to get lit, get drunk, have a good time tonight. Be safe as always, and grease the poles, because we're going to be on Broad Street tonight, ready to go when the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Kansas City Chiefs and become a two-time champion in the last 5 years. There's a lot of undertones to that too in that statement, by the way. 2 years, 2 chips in 5 years. Let's go. So what I want to do today, Willie Vegas is on his way. He'll be with us to get some player props and stuff like that. I want to talk about what's the easiest bet to make for the Super Bowl if you already haven't made it yet. The easiest bet to make for the Super Bowl. And I thought I had my prop in here, but I don't. So the easiest bet to make, I'll just use this, is the coin toss. It is the coin toss. And why is it the easiest bet to make? Because it's the only bet for the Super Bowl that is a true 50-50 bet. It is a true 50-50 bet. So if you flip a coin, what does that mean? You flip a coin, you only got two chances. It's going to go, 50% heads, 50% tails. All the other bets, whether you pick a side, money line, stuff like that, you all got to pay this kind of tax and stuff like that. Most bets you want to have like 55, 54% odds of you winning. That extra 5% is key if you look at it across time. But once you get going, the best bet and the best bet to make for the Super Bowl, like I said, is the 50-50 bet, which is the coin toss. So I got some odds here for you. Let's bring on the guy. Willie, what's going on, baby? Willie Vegas.
What up?
Willie Vegas, are you ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
I am ready.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So like I was saying, Willie, I was telling people the best bet to make, and which gets the game started, what gets the adrenaline going from a betting perspective, is how many people bet on the coin toss. Thousands of dollars.
You have to.
It's the true 50-50 bet. Here's some odds here. Not really telling, but out of 57 Super Bowls, 27, 48% is hits head 27 times, 29 times it hits tails. So you got to favorite tails at 52%. But here's a nice little kicker. The last 5 coin tosses have been head straight, and another one. The last 8 tosses, the winner has lost. So the winner of the coin toss in the last 8 have lost. So if you're betting the game live,
I didn't realize that. I knew the last 5 were heads.
Yeah. So, but the last 8, the winner is lost. So if you want to bet, if you want to wait to the kickoff and bet whoever is going to lose the toss, then that's a kind of trend you can follow. You're going to see 100 different trends if you haven't seen them already, and you're going to hear more today about how things kind of shake up and things like that. So that is the best bet that you can make. It obviously starts today. You're going to see a lot of videos, a lot of memes about people who have 10, 5, 40, whatever. It's all on the coin toss. All the other bets, not more long shots, but people scoring, your player props, etc. Nothing like the coin toss. So again, those are some nice little gems for you guys for the coin toss if you're betting the coin toss. I probably will. I'll probably put a little buck on there.
I'm taking tails. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we're bucking the trend.
Bucking the trend.
I'm taking tails.
All right. I'm not mad at you. Tails never fails, as they say. So, anything else you got on the thoughts on coin toss and either any bad beats or big losses
I'll be
or
honest
wins?
with you. I usually judge how I'm going to go by how I do the coin toss. I've bet heads the last 3 years. I did lose the previous 3 before that. so we'll see. I always usually put like 25 to 50 on it just to start the game off. But if you hit it, you start feeling good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look good, feel good, play good.
Yes, sir. As always. All right. So this next one I want to talk about is they're not. I think it's very hard to find. I think you got to go to the window to get this special bets. And today, you guys have bet a lot already, more than likely on the Super Bowl. So we're going to talk about some of those other subcategories of bets. We'll get into some, player props. I got a anytime touchdown parlay I want to share with you guys later today. We'll build it together. But today is talking about some of those long.
I already bet on the Gatorade, by the way.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Gatorade too. But we're going to talk about some of those specialty bets, some of those off bets that people are looking for, and some of those long shots. If you didn't catch the show, the Super Bowl, odds show, I did 2 or 3 of them. Go run to MoneyPot Podcast and check out those bets. We went through the whole slate on Friday. So go ahead and check out MoneyPot Podcast on YouTube, social medias, all that stuff. So this one I want to talk about is the national anthem. So the national anthem bet. Let me bring up my little notes here that I had. The over and under. There hasn't been really a trend on that, but it's going to be hard for you to find the bet on like your sports app. They've taken it off. I heard the last year or 2 on that. But there's a country singer doing it, Chris Stapleton, I think it is. And it's so crazy how people do their research. Yeah. It's already been reported there's no video of him doing a national anthem ever or anywhere. Like there's no video of him doing it. People are running to YouTube trying to get a sense of where he's going to be from the national anthem. But
just basically how fast he sings it, right? That's all.
Right. Yeah. Right. And then country singers tend to add a little bit
usually
longer notes,
a little slower.
Yeah, just a little bit slower. So some places have the over and under at 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and some places have it at just 2. Obviously, you want to get lower to the number. I'll give you guys a quick rundown of some notable names who have hit over and under. So 2 years ago, Jasmine Sullivan and Eric Church, they were over by 217. Demi Lovato, under. Gladys Knight, over. Pink, under. Lady Gaga, over. Alicia Keys, over. Kelly Clarkson was a push. Was a push.
That's
how terrible is that?
That's not a good start to your betting day when you push the national anthem.
when you push the national anthem, Carrie Underwood over, and bigger voices. Jennifer Hudson over should have been known. Jordan Sparks over, and then kind of go.
Yeah,
so
I feel
forth.
like if they're gonna hold the note longer, it's gonna go over. You know what I mean?
Right. Those bigger voices. So right now, there's no trend on that. The over hit 6 times since 2010.
I feel like he might be an under guy almost. Is he
You
gonna
think
hold
so?
a long,
Get in and get out?
I just don't know if he's gonna hold a long note. I feel like the people that go over are the ones that they really carry that note like a couple seconds later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly I steer clear of that. I don't know. I don't bet the national anthem.
Yeah, you can't get it on the apps, but it's funny. Me and my wife sat down. She's like, I got $50. I want to put a bet in, and she wants to bet like the Rihanna halftime show, national anthem, like stuff that is a little bit more related to just putting money on the goddamn birds. Like that's not relatable, but that's another story. So we were talking about the national anthem. I was like, you know what? I wonder if there's a couple people out there going to bet the national anthem. So I thought I'd throw that out there. No trend to look at over. The over hit 6 times since 2010. The under is hit 5 times. So
I remember people going crazy like years ago when Jennifer Hudson was going to do it, saying like she's going over for sure, and she did.
Yeah,
so I remember that, but I never really actually bet it.
Yeah, I actually never bet it either. So just something to put out there. Like I said, I thought it was funny, and people do look at that. You're more likely going to have to go to the window if you're in a sports book to go ahead and get that. All right, just like you just talked about, let's move on. There was a gem that dropped. I just read it. I think it was today, actually, when I was doing some research. Lane Johnson has said that their Gatorade is always yellow, been yellow all year. And it's one of the biggest liability bets for the Gatorade color right now is yellow. It was at plus 350. Now it's down to plus 150. Now, you said you already put in a bet.
I did. I put
for
blue.
The Gatorade. You put blue.
I think it's been.
I see why your face round up when I said that.
I know. I didn't realize that, but I know it's been blue like 3 of the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And blue's always a good number because it's always like plus 350, plus 400. It's always a good payout for blue.
Yeah.
I think I got that plus 400, I'll be honest with you.
Plus 400, yeah. So, right, yeah. So, I read that the Lane Johnson said their Gatorade has been yellow for most of the year. So, I think that being an ex-football player, understanding superstition, they're not going to change anything up. More likely, if the Eagles win, it will be yellow. I don't see them changing it up because obviously a lot of people want to think it's going to be green for the Eagles being green. But I like the bet. It's plus money. It's plus 150. You missed maybe the opportunity before that dropped, and missed, but it's still plus money. If I'm putting in betting $100 and I'm getting an extra 50 back or plus mine, I'll take that all day. So if you're betting on the Gatorade color, I'm going to follow Lane Johnson as well. I would take yellow at plus 150. See if you can find it on your favorite sports books.
Yeah,
it don't matter which one you go to.
It's definitely
don't matter which one you go to. Yeah, don't matter which one you go to. Brian, who's singing the national anthem? Country singer guy, Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton.
Yeah, Chris.
Yes.
Chris Stapleton is the country singer. How confident are you in winning, Nate? Jay, did you not hear me? Did you not see the arms flapping, baby? You see nothing but green and eagles around me. It'd be damn if I said some Kansas City. I'm going down with the ship. If we go down, I'm going down with the ship. It is the last game of the year. Now I got to bet with my mind and not my heart. And I'm doing that all wrapped in. But, Eagles back in the Super Bowl, second time in 5 years. How could you not be hyped? Like Wayne Miller, man. Give me Broad Street, baby.
I see everybody commenting, by the way. Yeah, let's go, boys. I know everyone's pumped. We're all pumped. Let's go. It should be a great day. I'm feeling real good. I'm not going to lie. I've been teetering on how good I'm feeling, but I think that I've been saying it. I said it before the last game when we were on, Nate. I think we're just dominant in the trenches, and I think it's going to continue. We're just dominant on the lines.
Yeah, absolutely. So we talked about coin toss. We talked about national anthem. We talked about Gatorade. Let's go into some more bets that you guys would typically look at. And I think it rolls into our poll question brought to you by FanUp. FanUp is a great sporting DFS app. You guys haven't got it, go ahead and go to Facebook on A2D. Check out the link, hit FanUp. I think we're still doing some promotions with that if you drop
it's a
A2D.
free 50 spot.
Yeah, so are they doing DFS for the Super Bowl? Is there DFS?
Yeah, there's like
right?
There's like a showdown thing. So
Okay.
The way they do it, I'm not sure how they do it on that app. The way that DraftKings does it is like you pick a captain and he's worth double the amount of points, but he also costs, or he gets 1.5 times the points, but he also costs 1.5 times the salary. And then you got to fit. So everyone's given a salary. Like Mahomes will be the most expensive, Hurts will probably be second most, and so on and so forth. And so so you got to fit the guys in. I think a sneak play today in that is Kenneth Gainwell. I like me some Kenneth Gainwell. I love him to go over today. I like him to score a touchdown today. Over yards.
Yeah. So that bet has been thrown everywhere. Over 19.5 yards, I think it is. That. Yeah, a lot of people are on that bet. It's tough because, for me, I like to fade public bets or things that are widely known about betting. Excuse me. And sometimes it's just a good bet, right? Like sometimes, the public have gotten a lot smarter. You want to know why? Because they listen to us and MoneyPot Podcast. But in the same note, the public has gotten smarter. There's a lot more information. There's a lot more data. There's a lot more influencers that are giving data, giving out free picks. So that trend starts to pick up and gets out there because people just, what's better than free money, right? Maybe free food, but free money is great when you win. So I think that is a good bet at 19.5 yards. The trend seems like that because he's the best run. He's been the best runner we've had,
and he's
throughout the playoffs.
He's getting the ball 8 to 10 times. So
yeah, absolutely.
I know it's probably not going to be I doubt that we're going to blow this team out. I mean, I'm saying that we're probably not going to blow this team out, but so maybe you erase some of the runs that we've had at the end of these games where we're just handing the ball off constantly. But I still think that we constantly all year we've done like Miles gets maybe one or two rotations and then he comes in. And then even after that, Boston comes in. So like he's going to get carries. And I like if he breaks one carry for 10 yards, he goes over this number easy.
Easy. Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you guys more. Keep chiming in, folks. Keep hitting me in the chat. I will get to you guys as soon as I can. I want to keep pumping you guys up, but let's keep it even kill until it's ready to really go off. You don't want to peak too early, right? You don't want to peak too early.
It is a little early. It's a little early still.
Yeah.
I haven't had a coffee yet.
Right, exactly. So talking about Kenneth Gainwell, 9 QB goes great into our poll question. If you guys are out there on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, drop a line on the poll question. And we're going to look at the bets too, and I'll bring up the bets. I just want to tell you right now, DraftKings day to shine is today. If you're looking for a sports book to go, they have a ton of player props. I would definitely look at DraftKings over FanDuel in terms of what your player props are going to be if you're looking at individual player props, because they really have it all set up today.
They have some specialty stuff today too. If you especially if you're new to it, they have all kinds of like to try to get people to bet. Obviously, they have all kinds of like bet $5, get a $200 bet on the Super Bowl. Or so if you haven't ever played, today's a great day to start because they're giving you a bunch of free money. So who doesn't love free money? I think we just said that. And and so also I think they have a couple for people that have been playing, because I know I put one in already. They had Boston Scott to have over 9 yards rushing, but you could only, it was like at plus 100, but you can only put 25 on it. But it was like a figure. I mean, I know that's his number, but I think Boston Scott's got to have over 9 yards.
Yeah,
I put 25 on that, but they have a couple like that where it's like bets that you think are almost going to hit, and they think that way too. They're almost kind of giving you a free 25. No, there's a chance they don't hit, but a lot of them are really. I think one was Mahomes over 30 attempts, which I think that's a gimme, because I actually like him over 38, which I think is the number.
Yeah, I didn't look at his attempts. Is it 31? That's where it is?
I thought I saw 38.
38 attempts?
Yeah.
Do you think he throws that much?
I mean, if we stop the run, yes.
Yeah, I guess he's going to have to, right?
I don't know. I honestly think I think they're going to try to run on us a little bit because I feel like that's how teams have had success on us. Like Washington ran the ball on us. Obviously, the Saints, they did a lot of things. That was a weird game. But with the Washington game, that's the team that we know well, and they came out and they tried to punch us in the mouth. Granted, I don't think we were really pumped up for that game, which we will be for today. But so like I don't know. I just think that they might try to come out and run Pacheco on us. And I like the way that kid runs. He runs hard. So
yeah, he does.
I could see that. But also, if we get ahead like we've been getting, I mean, they're going to have to throw a ton. They're not going to run the ball 45 times like the Niners did. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that.
Absolutely not. Good fucking Niners. Fucking whiners. I can't.
Yeah, they are. I tell you what, I can't believe it. I'm amazed at how they're still crying. If our quarterback didn't get hurt, listen, that's on you. We had the best D-line in football. How about you did some better protection? That's on you.
Yeah. Oh my God, I just can't stand it. It's just like, shut up, man. Just like, stop it. Like, and it not even that. Like, you were on your third quarterback.
It wasn't even a game.
Right.
It wasn't even a game. Like,
it wasn't even close. Like, you were 31-7, and we got lucky. We won. Like, shut up.
And I feel like we didn't even try in the second half. We just handed the ball off every play. We're like, this game's over. They came and throw the football. This game's over.
And then the kickers talking shit too. I'm just like, oh my God, just enjoy it from home. Just enjoy watching us from home. Fucking bums. All right. So what I wanted to talk about is the Super Bowl MVP here will not be a quarterback. Agree or disagree? Now, to give you some numbers on that, because this is a wildly bet option too for the MVP. In the last 30 years, QBs won this 17 times, running back twice, and believe it or not, 5 defensive players and 5 receivers as well. Maybe 6 if you want to count Howard for kick returner, punt returner. Remember when he won it the 1 year?
He had a long TD catch in that game.
Did he? Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so you can give it the 6. Last year, Cooper Kupp won it as a receiver. Let me see if I have the list here a little bit. I thought I had that list up of who won. Yeah, Cooper Kupp, Brady.
I remember some
Mahomes.
of the old. I remember Deion Branch won it against us in 2004. That was a receiver. Dexter Jackson for Tampa, cornerback won it. He had 2 pick sixes. I think there was a cornerback for the Cowboys that won it.
Larry Brown,
I think. Yeah.
Larry Brown.
Yeah, and obviously Von Miller won it defensive not long ago against the Panthers. So there's been some honestly. I mean, I'll put it this way: if the Chiefs beat us, I would say that Mahomes is going to win it because that's how they're going to have to win the game. So he'll win the MVP. But if we win this game and we win it the way we've been. Yes, if we win the game, we've been winning games.
It is open.
There's a lot of opportunity here. You could even go Hassan Reddick possibly.
Yeah. So Hassan has been a big bet as well. I think Baldy did a nice little breakdown of Hassan's spin move, looking at how that right tackle was susceptible to that spin move. Who did it? I think who's the guy on Who's the guy on the Raiders? He's a pretty good defensive end. I forget his name.
Chandler Jones? No.
On the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is a good player.
Yeah,
I know his name too. He's got a great name too. Damn it.
Yeah, he does he's got a football name. They were showing him. They were showing who else they were showing? They were showing Von Miller did it as well. So and then he showed Reddick, who has the spin move. He did it against the Saints. So Reddick knows this. I think that's the mismatch. So 30-1 odds on Hassan Reddick. The way he's been playing like he is the defensive player of the year. I mean, shout out to Nick Bosa. I get it, but I mean, for Hassan Reddick not to be in the conversation at all is kind of just asinine. How about no Eagles? Not one. The best team in football from the start to the end, and not one Eagles.
Pretty surprising, really. It was
man.
Pretty surprising.
So, so here are the odds for Super Bowl MVP. If you're putting money down, Willie.
This is not a great odds guy, but I have a sneaky feeling that Dallas Goedert's going to have a pretty good game, and he's huge
60-1.
I was going to say huge odds. Now, I'm not saying it's very tough for a tight end to win. I mean, obviously,
a tight end has never won.
Travis Kelce would probably be the better bet of the tight ends to win because he's probably going to get 20 targets. But if Goddard catches a couple TDs, you never know. You never know. I feel like I know what the Chiefs are going to try to do today. I know Spags. All right. And Spags his defense always shows up in big games. Let's not think that their defense isn't going to show up because they're going to. They're going to try to stop us from running, and they're going to try to make Jalen beat them with the arm. They're going to try to limit his running, obviously, and they're going to stack the box and say, can you beat us? That's why I think that there's some good plays.
It's Crosby. It was Crosby. I knew
Max Crosby. That's it.
Yeah.
And a great name, like we said. I think there's going to be opportunities on the outside today. There's going to be opportunities for Devonta, opportunities for AJ, opportunities for Dallas because of the fact that Casey is going to make us throw. We're going to try to make us throw.
For sure. No, I definitely agree. So if you're looking at this, is your long shot or are you actually putting money on Goddard right now?
Oh, I just might throw like a little 10 spot on him. That's all.
Yeah, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I mean, hey, 10 spot hits you 600.
10 to win 600. I'll take it. Hey. 10 to win 600. So a lot of popular bets right now. Obviously, there's Kenneth Gainwell. I think is a popular
I love Gainwell over number. I love it. I don't know about for MVP, but I love him over rushing yards.
So Gainwell, just the way he's been playing. I think Reddick has been a very popular one. Obviously, we got the two top dogs and Mahomes and Hurts. Odds changed. It used to be even, but it looks like some money's starting to come in on Mahomes. With probably money coming in today. I would think more money comes on Kansas City today.
Yeah, I would think that honestly, that's what I mean, kind of the same thing we said right when we just started talking about this is like if KC wins it, I would assume Mahomes wins the MVP.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be Kelsey if he catches like 20 balls, but I would assume that we're going to try to limit him as well. So, like, he might have to throw the ball around.
There's two things. There's a hedge bet out there. If you put a lot of money on the Eagles to win and you want to hedge it, not just hedging it to get plus money, betting Patrick Mahomes is a really good hedge because, like you just said, and you've been in the constant theme, if KC is going to win this game, it's going to be because of Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So there's your there's your hedge bet. So say you have $200 on the Eagles, you would hedge it to cover yourself and probably only make $40, but you would hedge it by putting 200 on Patrick Mahomes to win MVP. Right, instead of hedging it against, going KC, because at this point it's probably a pick, and the betting odds are a little bit better with this plus money here.
Yeah, you get some plus money here.
Right, I wouldn't do Travis Kelce because a tight end
because it's so tough to win as a tight end.
Yeah, and then a tight end has never won it. A tight end never won MVP. He would literally
have to have like one of them 18 reception games to win it because you would figure that if they win the game, Mahomes is probably going to throw for a few TDs.
Yep.
And I doubt that McKelsey is going to catch all of them. So then they're going to give it to Mahomes,
Yeah, they'll give it to Mahomes, exactly. So there's the one bet for that, just betting MVP. But I got some more numbers here, some more stats. Let me bring it up that I had. Right now, in terms of matchups, where is it? They give up the third most receiving touchdowns to receivers. The Chiefs do.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they also get ahead and teams throw the ball constantly on them. So that's true. It's skewed a little bit, but they have two rookies that start at corner. Now, granted, they I'm not sure we can still call them rookies. They're 17, they're 18 games into or 19 games into their careers now, so they're really not rookies anymore. But they are first-year players. First-year players starting on the outside against two very dynamic receivers for the Eagles. Now, I know Jalen hasn't thrown the ball much in the playoffs, but he hasn't had to. So I'm looking forward to today. I really think that we might throw the ball a little bit today.
Yeah, I think they will throw the ball.
I think you're going to have to.
Yeah, I'm going with I've been a big stickler about A.J. Brown today. I think A.J. Brown has a really
I was so over him against San Fran, and then he missed that. I mean, it's a touch. He got overthrown. I was going to say it's a 70-yard TD if he hits him. And then after that, I just was I was so upset.
I'm on A.J. Brown this game. I think this is an A.J. Brown game. And the reason why I say that is because I think it goes back to the relationship Hurts and Brown comes. Now, I know the narrative with Devontae Smith. He's built for games like this. And every big game that he's ever had in his life, he's shown up. And he shouldn't feel any different. You're talking about Aaron Rodgers sitting in the darkness. They said Devontae Smith didn't move from his room. He just sat there in the room and didn't do shit. So I think that, but I'm going back to that Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown connection. We've seen it all year, even though Devontae's had a hell of a year and he's a hell of a player. But there's something special about Hurts and Brown, and it goes back to the relationship off the field. If people didn't know this, Hurts was at AJ Brown's draft party. So these boys have a brotherhood that reaches way outside of what's on the field. And I think that if you think about that, playing together, knowing each other for so long, being both winners in this respective fields and being quarterback and being receiver, when you think about this, there's an ongoing conversation like, yo, bro, like wait till we get to we're going to play in the Super Bowl one day together. And I'm going to throw you a touchdown pass and I'm going to win the MVP. And Brown like, nah, dog, like, I'm going to win the MVP. You know what I mean? Because you throwing it to me. So I think that kind of brotherhood, that kind of camaraderie that they've had since they were younger and, before they even got to the league, I think that's going to come into play. You dream about these are boyhood dreams you have already had. You dream about moments like this, and you try to bring those things to fruition. So I think that AJ Brown at 16-1 is not a bad bet, and we've seen receivers win this all. And like you said, Hurts hasn't been throwing the ball a lot. No. So for me, a typical Jalen Hurts game, 240, 230 yards, maybe 2 touches, 50 yards, 40 yards rushing, and maybe a rushing touchdown. But of that 240, if Brown has like 240, 250 of it, and both receiving touchdowns go to him, I don't know. I think Brown's got a real shot.
I mean, two tutties and 100 yards puts you right there. Puts you on the radar for sure.
He's on the radar. So I would think for me at least, I think I like AJ Brown here as a play here. And then a long shot for me would be Gardner Johnson at 200-1.
Yeah, that's
200-1.
That's the one where you're running in the street if you hit that one.
Oh yeah, 200-1. I think Mahomes has not been the best in Super Bowls. In the last two Super Bowls, he's got 4 picks. So he's going to give up that chicken today. I really believe he's going to give up that chicken today. He's going to throw a pick, and I'm going with the person who was out 4 or 5 games and still was tied for the league in picks. He's a ball hawk. He's going to be around the ball. Big players do big things. Big players show up where the lights are brightest. So give me Gardner Johnson to give a pick, maybe a pick 6, and have a decent game. I like it at 200-1. Like you said, you put $10. Hey, $10 to win $2,000. I'll take it.
Hey.
I'll take it. So give me as my long shot Gardner Johnson to win the MVP, and that goes with me. I agree with the poll. I think the Super Bowl MVP will not be a QB because if we win, the field is wide open for somebody outside of Jalen Hurts to win.
Especially if we win how we've been winning, because like
they hate Jalen Hurts, bro.
I'm just saying, if you're being honest, the last 2 games, I mean, he wouldn't have won MVP on either of the other playoff games.
Not at all. So those are my MVP odds, my top picks, and those odds with him. So last thing of the day, I want to do with you guys. You guys still with us, so thank you for hanging in there. We're going to get out of here quickly. We got other shows coming around.
Yeah, other little round table coming up. Everybody's excited.
Yeah, and I don't want to keep, just drowning you down. Bets, because I know you got a lot of bets here. And these are just some off-the-wall bets. You got an extra $10, $20, $50 you want to throw something here and there.
I have a weird one I put a
money
on.
Talk to me.
So I threw another $10 on a scoregami. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that's when it's a score that's never happened before, which has actually happened, I think, 3 of the last 6 Super Bowls. One of them was ours, 41-33. But so and that's what that scoregami is. It's a score that's never happened before. So that's and it's a weird bet. I think it's like plus $2,000, plus $2,000, or plus $1,500, plus $1,700, something like that.
Yep.
And then there's also one an octopus, which is when someone catches a touchdown and the 2-point conversion on the same possession. And that's another little sneaky one that I kind of like to throw a couple dollars on.
I like it. So what I want to do now is anytime touchdown parlay for the Super Bowl, and I want to tell you about some of the other bets that I put in, just like Willie was talking about, some kind of off the wall bet, some kind of bets that you're taking a long shot, but I
Yeah, have
think
a
they're
little
good
fun with it. Have a
odds.
little fun. Today's a good day to
Yeah,
have a little fun with some betting. They
for
always have a
sure.
lot of long shots out there.
Today's a good day to gamble.
Absolutely.
It's a fucking great day to gamble. So,
Now, granted, I think that like 365 days of the year. But for the normal people, today's a great day.
A great day to gamble. Absolutely, great day to gamble. So I'm gonna tier it up about lowest odds versus highest odds. This one is on Fox Bets. So if you don't have Fox Bets, go and get the Fox Bets app. They should just pay me for dropping that. But I want to win people money. So this bet is Hassan Reddick to record a sack and Philadelphia Eagles to win. That's plus 170. I love that bet. I think that's a really good bet with a lot of odds. Reddick's going to get a sack today.
And I didn't mention earlier, but I like the Eagles over sacks. I think it's over 2.5.
Is it over 2.5?
Yep.
I like that. I like that as well. Another bet here, let me bring it up, that I have is no, that was from UFC from yesterday. Sorry.
I like that. Reddick, a sack and the Eagles win. I like that.
Yeah, plus 170.
That's nice.
What was that other bet I had? Where was it? God damn it. I got so many bets. I'm trying to find that one bet that I had. I think it was like plus 200. All right, don't worry about it. We'll do the anytime touchdown bet today. And if you guys, like I said, if you guys are following me on social medias, I'll post all these bets on like Twitter, Facebook. So make sure you go follow MoneyPot Podcast. Here's my anytime touchdown bet for the Super Bowl. We're gonna go Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. We're gonna go Travis Kelce anytime touchdown. Two easy ones, right? Should be easy. Game flow metrics make sense. These guys score all the time. Even though we have a hard tight ends have a hard time against us in terms of scoring. Kelce could have 5 catches, 40 yards, but he's still going to score, right? So, and then my long shot bet, going a little bit away from Kenneth Gainwell, going a little Boston Scott here. Boston Scott to get my odds up. I think the over and under, that's what it was. That's the bet. Plus 2,000 for the Eagles to have 4 rushing touchdowns. That was the bet that I had.
That would be, if we have 4 rushing touchdowns, you might as well walk the broad.
Yeah. So there's a bet. That was a bet that I liked. But this is Boston Scott that added to that. That's a 3-team anytime touchdown, same game parlay. Pays out plus 2,000. I put 75 on it to win 1,600. Holla at your boy.
Get it. I honestly, I like. I did one with Gainwell in it, but I would love to see Boston Scott score. Let's go.
Yeah,
I think Gainwell has a good chance to score as well. Scott's a little more pumped to your numbers. I know that you get a little.
Yeah, more, Scott was in there just to pump the numbers up to get the odds. But I was looking back. Obviously, it's the Giants, right? But he scored like 4 out of the last 5 times. And if you believe it or not, he gets those touches.
No,
he gets
he's tough to find behind that big O line, man. He skates in the way in there. You got to watch him.
Yeah,
I feel like he's and I don't like to trash Miles Sanders because Miles has had a good year, but I always say Miles is better at bouncing. He's not great in between the tackles, and for some reason, Boston Scott does run well in between the tackles, even though he's a small guy.
Yeah, no, he does. They have natural better running vision than Miles. Miles the more explosive, the more gifted. And he's gotten better with his vision, but those guys just have a better feel of setting up blocks for some particular reason. But then, like, we don't know. Miles doesn't get the ball 20, 25 times.
And also, I mean, listen, we have a phenomenal offensive line, so everybody can run behind.
Yeah, that helps.
Everybody.
Right? That helps. Oh, that was the other bet I saw. That's the other bet I saw that I think is real interesting. So there was a Kelce bet. This is Jason and Travis Kelce to score. Each have a touchdown, which is not going to happen. So you guys can forget that. It was like plus 30. I think it's on. I think it actually was on. Let me bring it up. I think it was on FanDuel.
That's a wild bet there.
Yeah. Well, people are going to get something. Like the Kelce's are going to score. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, nah, man, you better stop all that dumb shit. Like, let's bet smart, right? Let's bet smart, please. Let me see if I can find that real quick.
I'll give you a little anytime TD parlay that I put in. It was a 3 guy.
Yeah, go.
It was Dallas Goedert, Kenneth Gainwell, Isaiah Pacheco.
I don't like Pacheco scoring today.
I think when they get close, they use him. So there's a good chance they're going to get close at least once.
So here's some of our special bets, our long shot bets that we're looking at. Right here it is, 1,300. Eagles to rush for 4 touchdowns is a special right now. This was the other bet I really liked. Right here, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith to combine for 200 receiving yards, plus 500. One of these guys is going to go off. One of these guys are going to go off in my head. So I really like that bet. And this is the Kelsey bet. There it is, plus 2,000. Both Jason Kelsey and Travis Kelsey.
Plus 20,000. Yeah.
No, 200,000. That's 201.
200,000. Yeah. Shoot.
Yeah, that's 201. So that's $10 to win you $2,000. That's 200 to 1. And there's your Scorami bet or whatever. I forget how it's called.
Scorigami. Yeah.
Scorigami. Yeah, Scorigami bet.
Unique final score. Yeah.
Unique final score. So those are some of the special bets, kind of long shot bets, and this was the other one. There's been rumors, and you know how Sirianni plays to the crowd. Obviously, last time we were in the Super Bowl, we did a Philly special. Do you feel, before we get out here, do you feel Nick Sirianni will pull a trick out of his bag to throw a touchdown pass by a non-quarterback?
I'm going to say no. I actually think there's a better chance of KC hitting us with some surprise plays, just because I feel like you go to surprise plays when you're the underdog, when you're desperate. I think the RO line's so good that we don't need to do surprise plays. Let's just stick to our game plan. Now, granted, you never know. Sometimes coaches get to this situation and they've been working on something all year and they want to use it. So there's a possibility that we see some trick plays. But I'm of the opinion that I think there's a better chance of KC running trick plays.
Okay. So do you like this bet, though? Any non-QB to have one touchdown pass. So that could be, Kelsey's thrown a couple times.
I would say I like.
Greg Ward got right. Greg Ward got that spark stuff. Old quarterback Greg Ward, right?
True. I like the. I think they have a prop. It's not for that much money. It's probably like minus 110, but they have one. It's like more than 3 people or at least 3 people will attempt to pass. I like that more than a touchdown pass.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta. I don't know where that is, but I think I saw that.
Yeah, bet. It's like minus 110 though. It's like a normal bet. It's not plus. It's not like going to give you great odds. But I think there will be a third person to attempt to pass. That's a pretty good bet, I'd say.
Okay, sounds good. I saw one comment I want to get in before we get out of here, and I think this was a good question, and this could be a question for everybody. Who is the surprise star of the day?
Dallas Goedert. That's where I'm going with it.
I'm going with Goddard?
I like Goddard today.
You think the other tight end is going to show up? I think
everyone's looking at Travis. Dallas is going to come strolling in.
Who was your surprise star today? Who's going to – because there is always one, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's always one every game.
Think about 2017 or like 5 years ago. I guess it was 2018 at the time. But 2017 season – who was the big surprise that year? It was the running back had a great Super Bowl. From Corey Clement had a great Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, a lot of people would say probably Kenneth because of Cole Corey. He's looking like Corey coming into this one. I don't think he's going to win MVP, but I'm going to go a little left field eyeball. Great guy, Philly guy, longest Philadelphia tenure athlete. Give me a little bit of Brandon Graham. I think Brandon Graham could have a really good game today.
I mean, he's got a good history of that in the Super Bowl, doesn't he?
Yeah, Red. That he does. And that's what I'm thinking. Give me Brandon Graham to create another memory. Maybe have 1.5 sacks today. Be a force against the run like he always has, and be disruptive on the pass rush. Give me a little bit of Brandon Graham. A lot of people are going to be looking at Reddick. I think a lot of the other guys are going to have to step up between Graham. Even what's the guy we got from Chicago? What's his name? He had like 20 sacks last.
Robert Quinn?
Quinn, yeah. Even Quinn.
These
guys who can bend and get upfield and create some havoc. Give me somebody outside of Hassan. Give me Brandon Graham There's a little, there's a little movement. Brandon Graham today.
And I tell you what, I don't want to talk about this, but if you're looking at it from the other side, the Chiefs side, who could possibly be a really surprise guy for them, they haven't used him much recently, but the game script today, it could be a Jerick McKinnon type day. He could catch a lot of balls out of the backfield, possibly. Just because I know recently they've been using Pacheco more, and McKinnon's kind of been an afterthought. But at the end of the season, McKinnon caught a ton of balls.
Yeah, he did. He's got 9 receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be shocked if he catches some balls today.
Yeah, from the KC side, we'll play devil's advocate. From the KC side,
I know what you're going to say.
No, you know what I'm going to say? Because I think that he hurt us, because of CeeDee Lamb. I'm going to say Juju.
Okay. All right.
I'm going to go
say Tony. I'm not sure if he's playing, but
he's playing. He got in full practice, I think, Thursday I saw. So he is playing. But I'm going to go Juju because I think Travis, I think there was something went around last time Bradbury faced KC and Travis. Bradbury was on they put Bradbury on Travis, and Travis didn't do anything. He had like 5 catches for like 50 yards. So the prop is that Mahomes is going to have over 292 yards. Kelsey's at 79. So even if Kelsey gets over 100 yards, there's over close to 200 yards of other receiving yards. Somebody's got to eat up. So somebody's going to blow out their prop.
He's going to throw the ball.
Yeah, somebody else is going to blow out their prop because the next closest guy is Juju, but it's only at like 35 yards, receiving yards.
Yeah, there's a bunch of those guys. They're all tight together there, right?
Yeah, right. So somebody's going to get over their props. I think you got to go with probably the second best receiver on their team. I'm going to go with Juju. And if you looked at there was a nice Kurt Warner thing. Kurt Warner did a nice little breakdown of how he would attack the Eagles defense. And if you looked, it was a lot of guys from the slot that had these concepts of post up and clearing out.
That's why I feel like Tony could be a decent play as well, depending on how healthy he is.
Right. So I like Juju, the man in the middle. I would say surprising star from the KC side. I think Juju Schuster. He's been quiet. He'll have a good day. I believe. I ain't betting it, but he might have a good day.
We're not hoping for that, but just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Just in case.
Just a couple of
talk, here. Marcus. Yeah, Andy. But you know what, Marcus? I can see Sirianni being the guy.
Marcus, that's why I think McKinnon could have I like McKinnon over the I'll take him over his catches and receptions and probably receiving yards today.
And the funny thing is, Sirianni likes to play these mind games. How about Sirianni pulls out some screens? Right? This way, we can do this shit too, Andy. Because he's coming in here with a chip on his shoulder. He got his ass canned. Andy fired him. So you don't think that he don't remember that, right? You're gonna remember that. They didn't want to keep him, they fired him, he bounced around, and then he finally came around here. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some Boston Scott screens. You know what I mean? I really wouldn't be surprised. Just how Andy would, right? Just how Andy would. We're using a smaller scat back to throw some screens and treat them like runs. So I wouldn't surprise by that. So I think we talked long enough. I went a little bit longer than I wanted to. We got the 12 o'clock guys coming on. It's going to be a big round table. Who knows how the hell that's going to work out? There's so many people who want to talk. So you heard me talk. You heard Willie talk. I think Willie's coming back for that 12 o'clock. Hey, thanks for everybody for joining. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. If you're not following HUD Radio, I don't know what the hell you're doing or what the hell you're waiting for. If you ain't following MoneyPot Podcast, I'm going to tell you what, like DJ Khaled say, you either going to win with us or watch us win. You know what I mean? It's going to be another one. Let's get the Broad Street. Fly. Eagles fly, baby. Did you see these Eagles fly high, baby? Let's go.